I had a comment on one of my videos from a channel subscriber, Anne. Hi, Anne. Comment reads, "Hi Dave, could you do an occasional what sold and what I made video? We're not all on Instagram, thanks." I really appreciate that message, Anne, because it really didn't occur to me that it's been ages since I've done a video like that. A lot of you guys that follow me on Instagram will know that if there's anything interesting, any sales I make, I post them on there just so you can see the complete arc of what's sold. But because I don't do this type of video very often, I thought I would give Anne her request. So Anne, this one's just for you. Before I get cracking on picking the orders, just a small matter of putting everything I've listed away and getting it stocked in. It's Friday morning. I normally do my picking and packing on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday mornings. My store's set to 2-day dispatch and I've found that works best for me. So these are orders since roughly midday on Wednesday. 16 orders for a total of £835.80. It's at times like this where my stock system really comes into effect. What we'll do is stick a link up here to a video I did about how I run my stock system. If you have any more than 100 items in your eBay store, that video will be very useful to you if you don't already use an SKU system, or if you're looking for ideas on how you can best manage your stock. Anyway, let's get into picking today's orders. Okay, so this probably isn't the best of starts. So overnight it would appear that I've sold an AGVK4 crash helmet. That actually featured in the video that's coming out this Saturday actually. Now it would appear when I set the listing up that the collection in person option was selected. Now I never have that on any of my listings because obviously I don't store any of my stock at home. Also there's another reason as well, it's just bloody inconvenient to be fair. I always like to be in control of what goes where and when. It's just an efficiency thing really. It's also likely that this chap hasn't spotted that it is a collecting person as well, because going off the postcode he's actually in Portsmouth, which is quite a way away from me. So anyway, so I've messaged the seller to see what he wants to do. My standard postage is free anyway, so as long as it's paid through eBay to abide by the terms, I can get that off today anyway, so that's not an issue at all. It's just a bit of a weird anomaly from the get-go. So that's in stock location 5A. 5A. It's a really gorgeous lid, that. Not something I'd wear myself, but it's beautiful. I haven't actually told you how much I paid for it and how much it's going for, have I? I paid £10 for it. Probably it's within 2-3 weeks, something like that. It's sold, and that sold for £130. Like I say, the sale prices that I've given you, I'm stating the obvious here, but that's a gross figure, so there's fees to come off that and postage unless the buyer has upgraded the postage. I do actually have 3 levels of postage. Standard postage is track 48, which is free to the buyer. Track 24, I charge £5.99 across the board for that, and special delivery next day guarantee, I charge a standard £12.99 for that. Depending on the item, there's overs and unders on that as far as what it actually costs me, but those figures balance it out, and obviously people have got the option of free postage if they want anyway. Next item is a DVD box set. Animated Superman. That cost me £1. It's sold for £6.84. Looks like it's sold on offer, that. Stock location 4B2. Stuff like this I would have normally have sent to Amazon, but on some brands and some DVDs I'm still restricted. It's quite difficult now to get ungated on things on Amazon. It used to be a lot more simple if you knew a few sort of like workarounds, but they've moved the goalposts and it's a lot more difficult. So in this instance it was more beneficial for me to sell them on eBay than Amazon. If that was sold on Amazon, I probably would have got an extra £3 gross. These head t-shirts have been going at a steady rate. Paid £1.50 each for them. I've got hundreds of them as well. And this bright yellow one is sold for £9.99. Stock location bin 23, size medium. 23, size medium. Iron Maiden, holy smokes, 7-inch vinyl. The vinyl I store at home because in this container, when it's a sunny day, it gets really, really hot. So I didn't want to run the risk of any of the vinyl warping, so I do keep the records at home. That's from a house clearance earlier on in the year. It owes me pennies, absolute pennies, and that's sold for £10.99. Another item I got a load of as well, mounting equipment, Lumico Zip T. These have been selling really, really well. £10 cost price, that's sold for $32.49. Bin 3, women's size 10. That's 10. Already picked this CRE 8900 multi-mode 10-meter mobile transceiver. I only picked this up I think it was Sunday or Wednesday this week. It was listed for 3 hours. Paid £20 for it, and it sold for £115. It's a CB radio type thing. That is actually in pristine condition as well. It doesn't look like it's been used at all. Great result on that. It's always nice when stuff sells almost instantly. Another 7-inch record that owes me pennies, Aerosmith Ragdoll, sold for £9.03. That was obviously on offer. Already picked those as well. Hot as Shake, something that was sold before I'd even had a chance to stock it in. Paid £2 for those. They've sold for $14.24. Already picked those in there as well. Another record at home, Whitney Houston, Preacher's Wife, yellow 12-inch vinyl album. Paid £8 for that, and that's sold for $24.99. Another record. These are a bit of a mistake actually. It's really weird. I picked up a pile of these records. It's Jeff Beck, Blow by Blow. It was a little bit of a cock-up actually, because the one I scanned, I mean they all looked identical. The one I scanned was actually a limited edition coloured vinyl, which has gone into Amazon, and that was the only one that sold already for really decent money. But all of the rest of them were black, just standard presses. There's no sales evidence for them on Amazon at all, and the comps on eBay are very, very low, or relatively speaking. I paid £8 for this album. It's new and sealed, and that's sold for $18.99. So still margin in it, just not very much. Incidentally, 12-inch vinyl records will go as a raw mail small parcel as well, but it's very advisable to buy proper record boxes for them for 2 reasons. It makes sure it's within raw mail small parcel size, and it gives a maximum protection because that's what the boxes are specifically designed for. If I remember, I'll stick a link in the description of this video of where you can get 12-inch vinyl boxes from. I'm sure they do 7-inch as well, but I just make my own 7-inch. It's easy enough. Shout out to Ben Bays. This Rawlings glove hasn't hung around long. I think it's only been in stock a week, maybe 2 at the most. He actually gave me this because I bought a couple of sets of leathers off him. So it's a Rawlings baseball glove in black leather. It's important that the leather, because a lot of the UPVC ones aren't really worth picking up at all. Owes me nothing, like I say. Sell price is $18.99, and stock location 2D2. Right on top. Right on top. Incidentally, you'll probably notice a lot of the stuff that I'm picking, like in the case of that glove, is in suffocation warning bags. Now, I do that across the board. I know there's an argument to say that it's an unnecessary cost and you can just store without bags, but there's a few reasons that I do that. Keep the items clean in storage, reduce the risk of them getting damaged. It costs me very, very, very little. We're talking maybe a penny a bag, so it's worth doing. It's not that much of an expense. And just on a subliminal level, when the buyer receives their item, it's just an extra layer of packaging and an extra perception that it's a clean item and that you've put a bit of effort in. You're not just sort of like picking it out the bottom of a dusty wardrobe and stuffing it in a bag for him. I know that sounds airy-fairy, but here's a little bit of psychology. Vintage Chinon CM4S camera, another item that's not been in long. There's a bit of a rider with this camera. It would have fetched probably 40 to 50 quid, but the lenses on the camera need a detailed clean, and it's not as easy as wiping them with a rag. Obviously, I've mentioned that in the description, and the buyer must be happy with that because they will have read the description, of course. So I paid £4 for this camera. I think if memory serves, that was from the trip to Keswick from Mitchell's boot sale in the cattle market, and that sold for $23.75. Unusual amount that for me, so that might have been on offer as well. Stock location 3B1. Another head t-shirt, again £1.50 paid, that sold for $9.99. Black XL. Black XL. Now here's the thing. In fact, I think these are on Saturday's video as well, so you may well have seen the video before you see this one, because I'm running a couple of weeks behind at the minute. These are Balenciaga Triple S trainers. Now, I went to town doing the authenticity checks on these, and I am very, 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 very confident that they're absolutely genuine. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't have listed them in the first place. And they will be going through authenticity guarantee as well, so the chances are by the time this video comes out, it would have gone through that process and all the rest of it. I'm confident that it will get through authenticity with eBay, no problem at all. But I will update as well. I'm quite happy to hold my hands up if I made a mistake. I would never in a million years knowingly list anything that was fake. But just to obviously back up, it's stuff like that, at that brand, at that price, it was always going to go through eBay's authenticity process. So I'll update on Instagram when that gets through. Anyway, paid £15 for them, would you believe? And they have sold for £220. These are really a strange one, these. There's a Time Guard 24-hour slimline electronic general purpose time switch. I got 25 of them off a YouTube contact. I paid £6 each for them, and I was sitting on them for about 2 or 3 months listed without a single bit of interest. And all of a sudden I've sold 11 of them in the last sort of like 10 days. So God only knows what's happened there. Maybe that listing was just picked up on the algorithm. But I don't want to go down that avenue of having algorithm conversations. You can drive yourself nuts on that subject. Like I say, £6 pay for those, and it's sold for $24.99. A few left as well. This is another great sale. I think this came from Jamie as well at Fitzwilliam Boot Sale, so shout out to Jamie if you're watching. What a nice guy, top bloke. I promise I'll come over and see you soon, mate. This is a OSX full length Herdsmans coat. OSX is a UK brand. I'm not entirely sure if it was made in the UK, but OSX is a UK brand, and it would have been designed in the UK. I remember when I picked this up because I was struggling on the keyword to describe it, and you guys have been absolutely epic, help me out. So it's a Herdsman's jacket, or Herdsman's coat should I say, wax leather. I also added the keywords duster and highwayman. I bought it for £10 from Jamie, and that sold on offer for $141.55. I think it was listed for $150, so that's an amazing result. Obviously bin 12. And aside from picking the records at home, that is that. Probably got a massive red mark on my foot now from the camera. So obviously this is a bit of an aside from the videos I normally turn out. Hope you've enjoyed it anyway. If you have, click the thumbs up. If you would like me to do more videos like this, just to complete that arc of the sales that I'm making on eBay, let me know in the description of this video. I know a lot of people watch my channel specifically for the boot sale videos, and obviously I will keep on making those for you. But like I say, if you want to see more of this type of content, let me know. Shouldn't take me long to get all this packed and away with the postie, which is good really, because I'm going for lunch with my daughter. Thanks so much for watching the channel, guys. It really is appreciated, all your support and love. There's only about 50% of people who watch the videos that are subscribed as well. So if you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That'll give you a notification of when I post a video next. Until next time, lovely people, I've been Dave Keeffe. You've been amazing. Thank you very much to Anne for asking me to make this video, and I will see you in the next one.